Hello everyone, welcome to the latest player interview. Today we've got Harry Pitcher and Jordan Buttle, who are both really excited about being here today. For you guys who've just joined the club, just so you know, I don't know if you've seen any other interviews we've done with the players before. Up until very recently we had a very set squad and all the fans knew who everybody was. Over the last couple of years we've had some big changes, obviously with the relegation and everything. We've had a lot of big player turnover. So it's a really good opportunity for the fans who want to know who you guys are, who don't know you from before, and basically be just able to put a face to a name, you know. So that's why we do this. So just a little bit about you first of all. So Harry first, what's your footballing history?
Yeah, so my footballing history is originally Sunday League, and then when I was really young, under 12s, got scouted by Norwich. Was there from under 12s through to under 18, so a scholar. Got released, and then for a couple of years I played football but got injured quite a few times doing my ligaments on both ankles, grade 3, so fairly bad. Went on loan to Wroxham for a brief time and then got shut down because of COVID. So that kind of period was just like uncertain, just not really playing football anywhere. And then after COVID, didn't really have many contacts, even though I'd been at a big club like Norwich, because I've never been in like the non-league stage really, apart from them few games. And then went Lowestoft for a month or two, and then done my ankles again. Spent another year out, and then I kind of rehabbed myself because Lowestoft was an hour away from where I live in Diss. Came back, and then Toby Nickerson, who's currently a sporting director here, was at Norwich United at the time, and he sent me kind of a random text. I'm not sure how he kind of got in contact and put me through to Yenny, who's here, and his brother, who took me on when I was still injured. So yeah, and then of course this summer came here.
So it's been quite a rocky road for you with injuries and everything,
Yeah,
but you know, at least you've ended up here eventually, isn't it? So.
Yeah, good club.
Yeah. The same, Jordan?
Yeah, mine's not quite as exciting as that. When I played a bit of kids football, I just played for a few local sides like Firstside, Sprowston and Thorpe. And then I kind of stopped playing on the weekend when I went to college. I just played a little bit of college football. And then when I come into adult football, I went to Sprowston Boars, played there for a bit, really enjoyed it. But then, similar to Pitcher, I got a message off Tobe saying, do I come training down at Norwich United? So then I went there, enjoyed it there for a season and a bit. And then, yeah, now I'm here.
So Toby Nixon's got a good eye for a player then, by the sounds of it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Before we go on, what I should have asked as my first question is, what should we call you? Is it just Harry or Jordan, or do you have any nicknames?
Normally I go by Pitcher or Pitch, but I'm not too fussed, so Harry will do whatever really.
Happy?
Yeah, I'm Jordan, obviously, but better known as J Butts, I'd say.
J Butts.
Yeah.
I'll write that down. I'll tweet that out to everybody. Because you had a different nickname when you were player of the season at Norwich United. Is that true?
Yeah, the fans and everyone there called me, or they had a little phrase, and it was pitch, loved by the ditch.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of known for. I should put it in my bio really on Twitter, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Is there any more, or was that just it?
No, that's the one. That's the one I stand by.
And positions then. So now we know what to call you. What positions do you play? And how do you like to play the game?
Yeah, so you guys would have probably seen me play fullback for most of my time here so far. I've also played centre mid quite a bit, which is kind of when you can see that kind of role between right back and centre mid. I like to drift in the middle. I'm known as the non-league Yao Cancelo really by a lot of fans around here and in Norfolk and Suffolk, so that's how I like to play, yeah.
Hopefully we get that's the same sort of transfer fee when you leave then. That'd be ideal.
Yeah, you will, don't worry. Yeah. I'm not leaving, I'm staying here. Through and through now.
So we've seen you play left back as well once this season, didn't we? We saw you switch over. Is that something you like to do, or you can do, switch sides?
Yeah, I can. I like to think I can do it anyway. We'd like to see how Toasty thinks about that because I haven't played there since.
Okay.
But no, I've done it a few times, stepped in. It's not too different apart from, of course, your different sides. Yeah. But as I said, I like to go into that centre mid role and we can create a back three off that. So it doesn't really matter to me. I feel like I can do both.
Okay, good. And yourself, J-Butts?
Whilst I've been playing, I've dabbled in a few positions, but I tend to get the most joy out on the wing because I'm so quick, even speed cameras can't catch me. So fullbacks tend to have a hard time with me, so that's where I like to play.
So are you the same? Do you have a preferred side, or can you play on both sides?
Being left-footed, I tend to like playing out on the left. That's where I'm most comfortable. So yeah.
And
But
you
I
seem
could
to
play
have,
either side,
you
I'd
seem
say.
to have formed some good partnerships with the fullbacks already, haven't we? So we saw in the Ipswich Wanderers away game, you linked up really well with Ben Lewis, didn't you? Is that something you like to have in your game? Is to work as a pair and stay close to the edge of the pitch?
Yeah, 100%. It's good to have a good connection down the left-hand side, know well who I'm playing behind, and to be able to communicate and know how they play, because then it helps each other in both of our games and makes it easier for us to do what we're good at doing. So it's definitely a big help, yeah.
And was pre-season useful for both of you for that? Because you definitely had a longer pre-season with us than Harry did, didn't you? You played all the way back to the Dunmo game in pre-season, didn't you?
Yeah, 100%. Pre-season played a massive role in that, even though I wasn't here for that many games. Like seeing all the players and getting a good connection with them before the season starts, I think is really important and helps us all play together a lot better.
And for you, Harry, as well?
Yeah, no, it was kind of late, I'd say late in pre-season to come in, but I know so many of the lads. Of course, you've got the Norwich United lot, there's 5, 6 of us, plus Toby. And then because I've been at Wroxham, I know Rizzo, Spooner, Con, spent a little bit, I forgot to mention, I've spent a little bit of time at Kings Lynn training with their reserves. So Gaza, of course, he was there. And yeah, the other lads, Norfolk and Suffolk teams kind of tend to play each other quite regularly through the season. So I know, I'd probably say most of the squad really, yeah.
Yeah, the guys on previous interviews have said the same thing, that the Norfolk non-league football community is quite a small one for how big the county is. So you're bound to bump into people. So I suppose that's helped in the atmosphere, and particularly in the change room. I know we've not been in there yet today, but the change room seems to be a happy place for the players at the moment. Is that right? Would that be accurate?
Yeah, I'd say there's a great atmosphere in there. It's probably one of the best I've been in personally throughout my time playing football. And, hopefully this is only a month down the line when we've all really been together. So, you give that 2-3 months and hopefully we gel even more and can really kick on with the start to the season.
Do you agree, mate, as well?
Yeah, I completely agree with Pitcher, to be fair. I've never played in a squad where all the players gel quite as quick as they do, and I feel like I've known them all a very long time, considering I haven't played here for very long at all. So I'm just excited to see how it goes.
And how's the season gone for you both so far, do you think?
No, I think we've done well. I still think we haven't really got out of our, second, third gear yet. We've still got way more to go. Woodbridge is a reflection of that. We don't, it's just one of them days where no one's on it, and we've accepted that and moved on now. But at the same time, going forward, especially like games tonight, you've got to remember that feeling after the game and, going over to the fans, clapping when you've won and you've travelled an hour, hour and a half. It just, it's like a dagger in the heart, really. So if you keep that, and it gives you some motivation to keep going and never let that happen again, really.
Same again, Jordan, for you as well?
Yeah, Pitch covered it perfectly, mate.
So my sort of first question would be your sort of personal ambitions for the season. Start with you, Pitch.
Personal ambitions, I don't normally set them really. I'm more just, there's a cliche, a team player, but ideally, I said to Toasty when I joined it, I said, I just want to join a club where we're going to compete, and most of all, I do want to win this league. I know I'm still young, but, you can't keep saying that season out, I want to win something. Like, I did my decision into what club to go to was who is going to win and who's got the best facilities, fans, to build something for the future. So, yeah.
And then just sort of same for you as well.
Yeah, similar, to be fair. I'd say personal goals for this year. Obviously, promotion or winning the league would be great. See how close we can get to doing that. But I think more personal to me, one of my biggest goals for a long time has been getting a statue built of myself outside Blue Boar Tesco's. That's really quite important to me. So yeah, hopefully I can keep doing well and get that going.
It's great how your sort of personal ambitions reflect that of the club as well. Sorry.
Not his.
No, maybe not Butts, but I was just going to carry that on as well. You sort of mentioned about you started the season well, but you think there's some sort of levels you can get to in better than this, what we've already seen. How do you think you're going to go about achieving that sort of together?
Great question. Like I said, it is about gelling. You're not going to see a step 4-3 performance from us, even though we are step 5 players, in this first month, 2 months. It takes time to gel, and we've got to be honest in that dressing room, really. But I can see with the players we've got and the facilities again, like no pitch like that is in non-league really. You're always going to go away and we're going to have a hard time because it'll be bobbly, players are going to be big, kick lumps out of you. But if we're at home, I generally do believe we're, not a step 5 team. And the way we have played at home so far has been a reflection of that really. We can do either. You can play Sweeney, players that are going to win you the game technically, dribble, and then you've also got, no disrespect to Ben Lewis, but he can run through players, do the dirty work, which you need in a team. You need balance. And I think Toasty and everyone who's done this recruitment is putting the best they can, and that's on the pitch. You can really see that, can't you?
Is that similar for you, Butts, as well?
Yeah, not even to do with just ability as well, like the characters and personalities we have in the dressing room, there's quite a vast majority of them and they're all a little bit different. And I think we've got everything we need at the moment to push on further, so I definitely see the potential and where we can go.
And I was going to ask as well, you mentioned about the facilities. Was that something that really impressed you when you both arrived at the club, just sort of how good the facilities here are for a Step 5 club?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say it's not a Step 5 club, pitch, facilities, everything really, fans, the whole kind of coming together of the club it shouldn't be in Step 5. And that's why I kind of wanted to join, because I can see where we can go. And yeah, that's it really.
So I'm guessing that's the same for you as well.
Yeah, like the fan engagement when I first came, I didn't think it'd be quite like that, and how well the facilities have been kept and updated. It's a lot better than any other club around, I would say, at the moment.
And I suppose when you were speaking about the Woodbridge defeat, I think what was really important was the response. You went, we faced Heacham here at home and you put in a great performance, 5-1 win I think it was. That must be really important, especially early on in the season. When you have that first sort of little setback, you respond in sort of emphatic fashion as a group as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think you see, the characters and what the team's really about when you lose. It's all good, everyone's happy, clapping, the fans can go have a pint after the game, but what happens when you lose? Who's going to step up? You really do need them players on board, and I think we've got many of them, if not the whole squad, really dig in. Everyone before the games, making sure everyone's on top of their game. I can imagine people the night before, aren't prattling around, whatever, they're stretching, doing it properly. So when we clap you guys at the end of the game, we've put in our full effort and hopefully bounce back from a defeat like we did.
Yeah, and obviously, just going forward for the season, I'm guessing obviously the aim is promotion, straight back up to Step 4. How do you both feel, especially with Toasty's guidance, that you can improve your games individually? Obviously, you've mentioned you like to sort of invert into centre midfield. Is that something that you'd already done before, or was that after you came here?
To be honest, my time at Norwich gave me that kind of, knowledge of how to play, and, I basically live and breathe football away from here as well. So tactically, I would say I'm very aware of that. But again, when I spoke to Toasty, I did want a manager who's going to improve me. There's always going to be things to improve on in football. You're never going to be perfect. Even the best players in the world aren't. So yeah, Toasty was a big part in coming here as well because of the development I can have personally.
Is that the same for you as well, the sort of individual parts of your game? Have you already felt the improvements?
Yeah, 100%. Like when Toasty brought me here, he said there's definitely potential to improve, and he'll help me get there, which is another reason why I decided to come here, because it's important to personally develop at the same time. And so far, I think that's happening. I'm getting the opportunity to show what I can do, and hopefully I can keep doing it.
Yeah, cheers, lads.
So we've said you're the non-league Cancelo as well. Do you reckon that's something that we could use for? We've got a massive game today against Ipswich Wanderers in the FA Cup as we sit today. Is that the role we can expect to see you playing today?
It kind of is dependent on the opposition as well. So Friday night, the winger on my side went over and played as a second striker almost. So defensively, we've always got to be aware of that, especially on the counter to a team that are a step above us at the moment. But yeah, I think I'll give it a little bit of spice in the midfield as well.
Well, they didn't look a step above us in the first leg, to be honest. I think, in the first attempt in Ipswich, I thought we were the better team on the pitch, to be honest with you. I mean, you gave their number 4 a hell of a time, didn't you, when you played? Is the FA Cup something, Jordan, is particularly important to you? Is it something you focus on at the beginning of the season?
I'll take every game the same, to be honest. I'll just go out there and play and try and make something happen. Hopefully score some goals and get some wins. So yeah,
It's good to have it.
It's easy, isn't it?
It's good to have
I don't really think, to be honest with you, mate. I'll put my head down and run with the ball and see what happens.
Well, it's good. It's good to have a positive outlook, and the fans are definitely enjoying watching you play. I mean, we picked up sponsorship for you pretty quickly when it was passed over to the fans, so they're obviously enjoying watching you and the way that you play. Do you guys, in fact, both of you, do you have a message that you want to give to the fans as part of this?
Cool. Another good question. Not really. I'll just kind of say stick with us, whatever. We might have a period where 2-3 games, you go off the boil. Teams have that, but again, we're going to put everything into that bounce back. And I've never been at a club, in step 5, step 4, whatever it is, with the support you guys have got. I can't believe when I was speaking to you, I think it was the first game of the season, maybe pre-season, and you guys are saying, oh, you went 3.5 hours away or something, was it?
Or more than that sometimes, 4.5 yeah.
That is just crazy. People who support Premier League clubs won't do that. So, hats off to you guys, and hopefully we can reward you on the pitch.
Yeah, hopefully. Similar for you, do you have a similar message to the supporters?
Yeah, following on from what Pitch said, I think the support here at Dereham is something I haven't really seen in any other local clubs to quite that calibre. It's the same group of away fans coming every time, and the same outlook whether we win or lose. They're still clapping at the end, supporting, which is massively appreciated by all the players. And I think it helps bring us together, especially at home when everyone's there cheering. I think it makes us play better as well. So if they can stick with us, hopefully we can give them some results on the pitch.
Well, there's been some conversation in the stands as well. I think we haven't had this very often with any of the other groups of players that we've had. I think there's some attempts going to be made soon to make some individual songs up for the players, to give you some extra encouragement. They're going to have to sing loud for the defenders and the keeper at the back, though, obviously, but we'll do our best. You'll be able to hear us a lot better.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It'll all be good stuff anyway. It'll all be positive. So you'll be glad to know that's the end of the interview questions for today. So this is the bit you were really looking forward to, Jordan. It's the manager's questions, and particularly the quiz now. So are you feeling confident?
Oh, really confident, I'd say. In the dressing room, I'm known as, I'd say, the brainy one, to be honest. So yeah. I'm expected to do well, yeah.
It is a football quiz. We haven't got any brain surgery questions in there or anything. So hopefully we can find some that you can answer. Harry, are you the same? Are you confident?
I'm confident if I get a good question.
Excellent.
If I'm getting a Match E question.
If you can hold that for me, mate.
Yeah.
So you've seen the other interviews, you're familiar with how it works. So you can pick any
I'll let you pick first, Pitch.
Any colour.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting horror.
I
didn't like that laugh.
I'll go with green.
I know it's in the green one as well. Okay, so who wants to go first?
Pitch can go first.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Come on, Premier League clubs.
Jordan said to me at the beginning that he was nervous about this, and I said, I'll try and will you an easy one into your hands. It hasn't happened. But it has.
Cheers, mate.
Go on.
But it has happened for Harry Pitcher, who's going to have 30 seconds to name Premier League clubs.
Get in there.
I knew that. Jordan Buttle's day couldn't get any worse. The one he wanted as well. Okay, I don't even really need to keep this in front of me, but I will anyway. So do you know how many you've got to beat to get to the top?
Was it 9?
9 is what
Spooner
got that for Italian clubs.
Cool. That's good going on Italian clubs as well.
You should get that for Premier League clubs.
That.
Do you support a Premier League club as well?
No, I support Norwich.
Oh, okay.
They'll suit me Prem though.
Right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, Everton, Aston Villa, Wolves, Sheffield United, Burnley, Everton.
I think you said Everton already.
Everton, Wolves. Oh, who haven't I done? Newcastle, Brighton. How many have we got left?
You said 15.
Have I only done 15?
4 seconds.
Mid-table. It's harder than it looks.
Time.
Well, that's
good
15,
effort.
so that's top
I've
of
got
the
Brentford
league.
and Bournemouth.
Well, there's quite a few you missed. So
It's hard because you're trying
obviously
to pick
Arsenal,
like, what have I
Aston
said? What
Villa,
haven't?
Bournemouth you missed. I think Brentford
Did
you
you say
missed.
Arsenal?
Brighton, Burnley, Chelsea. You got Palace. You didn't say.
Luton, did you say?
Yeah, I didn't say Luton. Did they? I don't think you said Fulham either. Got the easy ones. Got Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle. I don't think you said Nottingham Forest. You said Spurs. I don't think you said West Ham, but you did say Wolves. So.
I started off with a list. I was going like top clubs, and then I went, let's mix up with relegation. And I was like, mid-table, where are we?
But either way, mate, 15
do.
in 30 seconds in
That'll
any
do.
category is a
That'll
strong
do.
performance. So let's see.
Should have got
You're going to have to
20.
hand it over at some point.
Please be like Asian clubs or something the other side of the world.
Okay.
I don't normally get nervous.
Well, you did say Asia, and that has featured a little bit in this, but you're probably young enough to be okay with this. So you've got teams that featured in the Korea-Japan World Cup in 2002.
That's not that bad.
So I'll just spat out some obvious ones.
Countries, Dereham town.
I think in this particular World Cup, looking at this, there was absolutely loads of teams that played in this. So
I have no idea. I'm just going to reel off some countries, mate.
plays, and I'll make sure they're on there. So
You're going to start naming places.
Three,
Million cities.
2, 1, go.
I've got England, France, Brazil,
yeah,
Germany,
yeah.
Netherlands, Belgium,
Yeah.
Switzerland.
That is poor.
Japan.
Two hosts as well.
Forgot what the question
2
was.
seconds. Time.
Well, that's pretty good,
That's
mate.
quality.
I forgot the question.
You said Holland, but I don't think they were in that one. So, for not bad for
You got half the host countries,
a
which is
question which was effectively just naming countries in Europe. You managed 6 in 30 seconds.
Well, it's not last, so you know, positive outlook.
It's not last. It's not last. It's far from it. But so I'll update the scoreboard. But suffice to say, you're top,
That's gotta be
joint third. You'll be in the league. So that's not
It's
too
looking
bad.
alright,
is it?
that little
That's
bronze.
good, yeah.
Yeah. So Michael Campbell and Mac G. You only got half what you got. So
That's all that matters.
So now we move on to the bit that Toasty, who's behind camera, is his favourite bit of the interview so far, which is the player questions that he's prepared for us. So is there anyone who wants to go first?
I'm ready.
Go on, you go
Okay.
first.
Jordan Buttle.
Yes, mate.
I'm happy to ask this twice if you need me to.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Sit forward for this one.
If 3 defenders came to tackle you, approximately how many spare men do we have free? This bit isn't timed.
2.
Round of applause from Toasty in the back.
I thought you were going to just be sitting there.
That wasn't
Days
bad.
that
Just have to have a little think about it, you know.
Yeah. Well, you have to factor in, has anyone been sent off and all sorts of things.
Exactly, yeah.
So Harry Pitcher's question has been crossed out and then written again, so we've Toasted had 2 goes at this.
Yeah, good.
But what nobody realised is Joe Gascoigne had a question he asked me to ask you as well, so you get a bonus one.
All three, yeah.
And his question is, why did you steal my scholarship?
Whew. That is hard. He's a year above though, so it's different years, Gaz.
Well,
It's different years.
there's lots of excuses. You
Yeah.
can use.
You just weren't good enough on the team.
I don't think he was expecting you to say that.
He'll know I'm joking. He'll know I'm joking. I hope.
Well, you can tell him you're joking if you want.
No. I'll tell him that. It's not a joke.
Okay. All right, so this is the serious one now. This is the question from the manager. Okay. Again, happy to ask this twice if you need it. I don't think you'll need it. If you were going to compare yourself to an animal, what would it be? And give 3 reasons why.
Cool.
You did it right with
Animal.
that. Your question now, didn't you?
Mine was lovely.
Cool, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
Well, I don't
of
wanna
something
rush it.
small. Small but violent.
Small but violent.
Yeah.
Nothing that will beat a speed camera, though, eh?
Nah.
Won't get near me, mate.
Not a tiger alone. We'll just go lion.
Lion,
Yeah.
3 reasons.
Vicious,
Yeah.
leader.
King of the jungle, yeah.
Yeah, king of the jungle. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Screw leader. We'll just go king of the jungle. Nice on the eye.
Easy on the eye,
Yeah.
king of the jungle,
Yeah.
and vicious. That is a deadly combination.
That's a good one.
The heckling in the back is saying cut that out, but we're definitely leaving
Yeah,
that
we're
in.
leaving that in.
I just want
I
to
like
also
that.
add that he said a few words in the clubhouse. Calculate £2.50, that'd be great.
None. This ain't the class, is it? No. It's a big lie, that. Look.
The lion's in charge, he's the king of the jungle, Toasty. But lads, thanks very much for your time.
Cheers.
Really appreciate
Thank you very much.
it.
Well, I had fun, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, Mick.
Cheers,
Cheers,
boys.
buddy. Thank you
Nice
very
one.
Nice one,
Cheers.
mate.